Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is going to be a quick video on yoga props for beginners. I've had quite a few people message me lately about what to buy when first starting out in yoga. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. If you have a comfortable carpet or a bit of grass that you can practice on and you're happy to do that, you don't need anything. You could just use a comfortable surface. However, if you are looking to kind of add things to your practice, I would say these are the basics and a really good place to start before you kind of maybe introduce like wheels and balls and bolsters and like all that crazy stuff. I have a 10% off discount code for Ecotech. It's HMFYOGA. It's always linked down below, and they do an amazing beginners kit, which includes everything that I'm going to talk to you about actually. So make sure you check that out if you are just looking for like one click, buy what you need. The first thing I would say is a yoga mat. So this one that I use is from Lifeform. It's always linked down below. I absolutely love it. If you want to see like a proper review on it, please let me know and I'll do that for you. But it is expensive, I'm not going to lie, but I guess it was an investment. I think it's probably going to last me for pretty much forever. But when I first started, I was on like a £8 mat from Amazon. Like, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But Ecotech do a good sticky one, which I'll link down below. It just gives you a little bit more grip than like a cheaper one that you might find on Amazon or something. Okay, so now on to like props, I guess. So I would say this would be your basic starter pack. A flat block, a more chunky like brick, and then a strap. I mean, all of these can be substituted for books and things, or like stuff that you have around your house. I'm actually going to do a video on that. Like, if you really don't want to spend money, I totally understand. I'm going to do a video on just random stuff from your house that you can use. Otherwise, I think these are great. So this flat one is good because it's made from foam, so it's a little bit more comfortable. So I find one or two of these is good for sitting on for me. I'm quite open in the hips, so I don't need much more height than that through the hips. It also tends to be slightly bigger than the cork ones that you find. So if you're using it as a support in maybe lunges or triangle pose, for example, it just gives you a bit more height that way. This flat block is great. Also good for forward folds. I find this tends to be too high for forward folds. So like if you're quite tight through the hips, you just want a little bit of elevation just to stop you doing this. So you kind of roll slightly off, almost like your sitting bones were going to fall off it. And then that just gives you length through the spine. I have loads of beginners yoga practices, which I will link in the card above. So make sure you check out those and we kind of go through using these props. Okay, block. So if you are tighter in the hips, you might find elevating your sitting bones more comfortable, because this takes out, this gives you a little bit more space through the hips. So that's that option. It's also a bit more chunkier, so it provides a little bit more support. Then this one might be a little bit more wobbly. This is also good for back bends. So whether you are learning back bends, it's nice to like squeeze something in between your knees. I think it's a nice thickness for most people. And then also coming into like a supported back bend, you could have it here onto your sacrum like that, or if you're quite flexy in the back, you can come up. I would actually say get 2 of these. Having 2 of these is so nice, and just gives you a little bit more flexibility with them as well. Okay, so that's that. And then a strap. So like if you're tight in the hamstrings, you can give yourself space like so. We do some funky practices with the strap to open up through our shoulders. I love the strap because it makes poses easier, but it also has the potential to make poses harder. And I'll link a couple of practices down below where we use the strap in funky ways. But you could use like your dressing gown tie, or a tie, a belt or something. This is also really nice for supporting poses as well. So like if you're not quite ready to buy a bolster, because they're quite expensive, quite bulky to kind of store, there's loads of stuff that you can do with a strap that can kind of emulate. It can give you a similar effect to what a bolster can do. So I will link another, I think it's called my Flow and Restore, where we use this strap instead of a bolster in some poses, and it just feels Really, really good. So I hope that helps. So this is kind of your basic package: mat, blocks, strap. I would say if you just want to get your mat, cool. I'd say if you were going to buy either of those, I'd go for the chunkier one, just because I think you can do a little bit more with it. And then your strap as well. If you have any questions about any of the props that I don't have many, to be honest, because I don't like stuff around me. It's just like more stuff to store, do you know what I mean? So the things that I have, I love and I use. Yeah, so if you want to see like my full collection, it's just sitting there, to be honest with you, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you check out Ecotech below. They're a Scottish-based brand. Their owners are lovely, and it is commission-based for me. So if you do end up buying something, I get a tiny, tiny bit of commission. Doesn't make it any more expensive for you. Actually, the code makes it cheaper for you. I hope you've had a lovely day wherever you are. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.